The idea of death has always been a perplexing one to me. Mortality ultimately makes us limited beings, but it's through the constraints of time that life is given meaning. If you had forever to live out that dream or achieve your goals and travel the world, then those things would lack urgency and meaning, ultimately. Being pressed for time is what gives those things purpose. The urgency to love now, pursue your passions, and to dream big only exists if your window of opportunity is limited. My name is Kyle. I'm a 21-year-old singer-songwriter producer, and for the last 5 years or so, I have worked strenuously to try to break through in the music industry, featuring many attempts to attain some recognition for the art that I have put years behind perfecting and refining with minimal to no luck in actually breaking the seal. Ultimately leading me to the creation of my newest full-length album, which was written, recorded, produced, mixed, and mastered all by me, all in the comforts of a tiny travel trailer I built in my grandparents' front yard. It begins slow, a passion that was conceived with the hope of externalizing my innermost intimate emotions and finding solace in offering them freedom. It quickly spiraled into something a lot less profound. The cheapening of art in today's culture of content will forever reign over genuine emotion, which is a reality I've had to come to terms with. So far, I've done what I could to devote time and money and mentorships, music business programs, auditions for reality TV, living on the road, traveling and touring around the West Coast, while attempting to post high-quality content as consistently as possible on every social media platform I can with any remaining emotional stamina I have left in the tank. I've done my best to invest in this project while also maintaining a more than full-time job, which truthfully I don't mind, but it'll never offer me the fulfillment, the joy, and financial freedom that I desire in my life. I've struggled with anxiety, depression, existential fear of growing up through COVID, and the ongoing war and tragedy and whatever else has been thrown at us through this disaster of a world we seem to live in. We can't ever seem to make the right choices. They always find a way back to us, it seems like. I say these things not to gain your sympathy, not to make you feel sorry enough to support me, but because if you're anything like me, then you know what every single one of those things feel like. You know that you could save someone the tidal wave of emotions you harbor by summing them up into bullet points, but nobody could ever have any idea what it's actually like to live inside your mind. To know what you know, see what you see, feel what you feel. I don't know you, but my guess is that there's so much more depth to you than anybody has ever been capable of experiencing. And it seems like the people who do understand tend to be short-lived in your life. Part of a passing chapter in the novel that is the insignificant blip of your existence. Fear, love, safety, danger, dread, existential panic, soft landings, crash landings, burning memories, pain of the past, loss of self, misdirection, fight to keep your head above the water, fear of death, running out of time, being a ghost in your own life. Take it slow. Find meaning in the little things. Grow up. Just relax. Words, feelings I'm sure you've heard or felt, and it seems silly to feel as hopeless as you do when you know that you should just be happy that you're alive, though it's never really that simple. I don't know you. I can never be you, but if any of that sounds familiar, then I think you and I may be a little more similar than you may have initially imagined. I wrote this album as a symbol of what it feels like to triumph over the eternal battle with the meaning of life. Not to solve the everlasting dilemma, but to become friends with it, fall in love with it. We aren't alone here. We're not some isolated fragment of energy floating around in the vast nothingness of the universe, disconnected from any hope of finding a profound meaning in it all, but a piece of the universe itself. An extension and reflection of life itself, or rather, maybe just us experiencing ourselves. My music was never about how many people can make me feel better about how sad or different I am, but rather, if I can externalize these emotions, then maybe you would realize that you weren't alone. That maybe we're all just blindly feeling around in the dark, trying to make sense of whatever life objectively is, though we fear there may never be a correct answer. My album is just an album. It'll likely not top any charts or break any records, but if I could do something good for somebody else, then maybe that's a good enough thing. Your life may not be changed or undone by my music. After all, I was just a 17-year-old kid who knew little to nothing about music production when I started, but maybe I can add something to your life. Background music? A soundtrack, perhaps.